ever heard of the red planet? Asks Pete to his little sister Anna. Anna shakes her head and she just has no idea what that is. That is the planet Mars, said Pete, and the planet Mars is red. That's pretty crazy because all the other stars are yellow or white. You could see when you look at the sky at night. Oh, says Anna, but how do you know all about this then? I saw that on television. I saw she was a robot with a big rocket to Mars sent. And the robot must see if there are people or animals or other living beings on the planet Mars. Do they know that people live there too? Asks his sister. Well, they're not sure, but maybe. Or Martians. I think I'll go look for yourself, but I'm much smarter than a robot. Anna nods her head and asks how Pete then wants to go to Mars. They're still now bust up by a rocket and we would not stay in the garden. No, that's true, I think I found something tonight. I make a drawing of Mars growing and I hang it above my bed. And when I go to sleep then I dream so far, taken to Mars. That's a good idea, says Anna, and now she thinks that they themselves can really do. And that evening Pete extra early to his bed. In the afternoon he has a nice drawing of the red planet with tape, and he holds it now above his bed. He puts on his pajamas and brushes his teeth more quickly and then quickly hits the sack. His sister already asleep an hour in the room next to Pete. And a few big yawn, a blink of the eye, and Pete sleeps. Immediately he is en route to Mars, the red planet. Like he has never done anything else. He floats through the air, he sticks his arm forward and flies like a living rocket upwards to the sky. And he rushes through the clouds. And a few migratory birds startled when he comes along, and after a few seconds as he shoots into the space, he comes along comets, satellites, and past a dozen of stars until he finally gets the red planet in sight. Quietly he flies off on the planet Mars and lands gently with his feet on the red sand. Woohoo, it really worked! Pete is blown away that his plan succeeded. Now he will astonish the world and hopefully the first to meet a real Martian. He must get used to the strange light of Mars. It's very different than on Earth. After a few minutes he can finally see how the planet looks like. There's certainly no ordinary houses. It's quite sandy here. It seems like the entire planet of red sand and red mountains there. Carefully he made his first few steps on the alien planet. His eyes are now well accustomed to the strange light, and it now seems like a good idea to go to work. One night is not very long and it seems that not many beings are on Mars, so he will have to look good. Pete decides to get a look at a group of mountains running. There may perhaps be caves here where someone lives. And after a while walking he comes to the mountains. Mountains are huge and very grey, and there are no trees, no plants, but there's a small stream between the mountains with the red water. And Pete follows the stream. That water must be fixed somewhere. Maybe I can meet someone. Everyone should still have water to drink, he thinks. And Pete follows the creek a few hours. He constantly looks good to him. A bit disappointed he is that he still had nobody encountered. Tonight will be something close to this, and then he must return home. Tired as he goes on a rock to take a rest from his great quest, he wonders whether there are really anyone or anything living on Mars. Maybe it does not even know that someone on the red planet is alive, he thinks. When he almost on the verge to give up his quest, he suddenly noticed something on his head. A small stone lies beside him on the ground. Surprised, he picked it up and looked at it carefully. Pop! Another bit of tap against Pete. Peter hears laughter come from behind a large rock. Hey, what's that, he wonders. Would there still be someone here? That smile must come from somewhere. And he jumps up and quickly runs to the rock where the laughter came. He sees no one. Pop! And again there's a pebble thrown at him. Look, 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 is now behind another rock. Quick, Pete runs back there. Again he sees no one as he looks behind the rock. Is it behind another rock? As fast as he can he runs into that rock and just sees a foot behind another rock disappear. I'll see you here, exclaims Peter. Come forth and I'd like to meet you. Unfortunately nothing happens. Carefully he walks into the rock, but there's no more. Just seems as if the person is completely gone, but after a little while there's yet another stone thrown at Pete. He hears the laughter again. Pete runs back in the direction where the sound came from, but suddenly he starts to float. Oh no, it's almost morning, goes on Earth. I must go home. A bit disappointed he thinks a Martian or a female is not really met. But he's also very happy that he now surely knows that there's life on Mars, and enjoy the first one that knows that. It is unfortunate that mysterious person that I've not really met, but it was a great adventure. And if Pete wakes up, it's already 7:30. Quickly he pulls on his clothes, washes his face and runs down to where the breakfast table was already prepared. And Anna sits at the table and lubricates a sandwich. His father read the newspaper and his mother makes a cup of tea ready. Immediately he tells his adventure and his parents find it an exciting story. They're like, so boy, his father says, you make your dreams into exciting stuff. It was no dream, Dad, it really was, replied Pete. He rubs a little angry quickly a peanut butter sandwich. I believe you here, whispers Anna over at him. And then she giggles softly. And so our story ends.